straight into recording, and it appears the witnesses have spoken. We're going to be opening up our Minecraft realm to the witnesses.
Welcome to Multiple Nerdgasm with your hosts, Matt, Luke, and Dan. Multiple Nerdgasm, your guide to all things nerdy.
Yeah, so I had one contact me directly. Matt's had a couple contact him.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've had any additional contacts yourself.
I haven't
but it
actually
certainly
been
seems like
playing. I need to
paying
get back
attention to
into it
anything.
though. But I do
Well, I
need
can
to tell
see that
people.
you've had at least one strip mine because there's
Yes,
some big holes in the ground.
yes. That used to be completely flat, and if you actually look at the other side of where it is, there's like a little jagged edges. What I turned that strip mine into. That was like a little canyon that was about 2 spaces wide that just went down, and I just turned that into a
Wow,
strip mine.
amazing.
But then the slime just started appearing, and you couldn't mine it anymore. It was quite depressing.
Right. Let me know if you find any fucking iron ore. I'm looking for iron ore. I'm looking like a motherfucker. I can't find any.
I promise I will be getting back into it, especially now we've got witnesses, but I do need to let them all know. When playing vanilla, there's no mods, there's no creative, It's all cause to get me to play, I still need to be able to get achievements.
Yeah, it's funny because when I see people online just posting pictures of their games, I'm like, that's no Minecraft I recognize.
No.
The Minecraft we're playing still more or less reminds me of the Minecraft we played 10 years ago.
Yes, there's just some more things that have been added, but nothing. We're still just mining and building stuff.
I forgot two things. I forgot how tranquil it was when the music's playing and you're just wandering around. You're on the beach, punching sand or whatever you're doing. It's very tranquil. I also forgot how fucking addictive it is.
Like, I just lost hours just that strip mine because I just go in, I just try and find stuff. I'd go back, I'd put it back in, I'd try and melt the iron down, give it to everyone.
Did you go back every time, like every night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Because I didn't want to lose stuff.
Once. Yeah, once I got away with staying in a mine overnight. Like I was just, I guess I was just luckily safe. But every other time, and then
the
I'm
mines
like, great.
You can
not only
lose track of time because the monsters are there no matter what.
Yeah. But, oh yeah, man! I found a cave. I was out in the day and I found a cave and went in, and there were fucking monsters in there. I was like, this. I don't remember this from the game when we were playing
just
before.
The second there's no light, there can be monsters.
I also don't remember it being quite so difficult to get rid of the monsters during the day.
Yes.
I kind of remember just daytime came out, they all started to explode. Now it's like if they're under a tree, I'm fucking safe here, mate.
Yep.
Come for
I'll
you, Danny.
Just wait for you. You walk near this tree, I'm coming at you. Just walk a little bit closer.
Explode. Yeah. But be close enough to bits of your house so that bits of your house blow up too.
Need to expand the fences out, I think.
Yes, that's right. That's what I'm trying to do. Very frustrating. But I've got a pretty nice house near Matt's pretty nice house, and I've got a little cubby on the other side. Did you do another mine? Because there's another big hole far away, and I didn't know whether that was you doing something on purpose or just a big cave in.
Sometimes there are mines where I've just been. That may have been where I've come out. Right. Because I'll just go down mine and I don't go back the same way, so I'll just mine up.
Well, there's a little cubby over near that. So if you ever do need shelter, you can hide in.
So I know that one of the times I was mining up and then I had to abandon that tunnel because it started to flood because I dug up under the ocean.
I tried to flood something and found it quite difficult because I tried to dig a moat around my house, and I find water. I don't want to sound flat earthy, but water just didn't find its own level. Like I had to keep digging down on an incline for it to keep moving in that direction.
You got to work out how to get a source block so you can do your own source block. But I don't know how that works either. Even when we did play Minecraft 10 years ago, we weren't particularly great at it.
No, but I remember it was easier to you could just pick up a bucket and go and get water and pour it anywhere you wanted. Now, well, I mean, maybe it's that easy still. I don't know because I don't have any fucking metal to make my bucket out of.
I will get you some metal. I promise.
I'm literally living in the Stone Age.
I'm still annoyed. I haven't come back in since there was the catastrophe where I lost all that diamond and iron and gold. It's just it's too depressing. It's going to
Yeah,
be walking around
that'll
like
keep you
just
out of it for sure.
iron diamond armor. It's going to be blinged up and nah.
Oh man, I'd have to start playing completely differently if I had diamond armor. I'd have to start playing very, very cautiously compared to how I play now.
Oh no, that's the whole idea. You're meant to be that little bit stronger. Just don't jump into lava.
Yeah, yeah. I knew this would happen too, and I held out coming into this Minecraft because I saw you and Matt had gone in there, and I knew you were
Mm,
having fun, and I was feeling FOMO. But at the same time, I wanted to finish Resident Evil first because I
yep.
knew if I got sidetracked from that,
You can't go
I'd
back to
never
Resident
go
Evil.
back to it.
Because even if you
Uh,
did go back, you'd be, what was I doing? What are the controls
yeah,
again?
but I didn't. I didn't get there in time. And
Oh,
now, not only have I started playing Minecraft, but I've also started playing Oblivion.
that I cannot stop playing Oblivion at the moment. It's just too
Man,
beautiful. I even love how you can just because I am speed running it a little bit, like
hmm
just using fast travel everywhere because fast travel's
sure,
open from the start, which is great.
right, yeah.
So I'm just
Oh, I
jumping
didn't
between
know that
towns. Like
actually.
I'm already head of the Thieves Guild. No, I'm finishing the Thieves Guild. I'm head of the Dark Brotherhood, and I am the Archmage. So now I'm working on becoming. Oh, I'm
hmm
also the champion of the fighting arena, and
Oh,
now I'm going to
wow.
become head of the Thieves Guild.
The combat isn't quite as good, maybe as Skyrim's combat, which is to be expected. But quite honestly, just about everything else is as good,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even better
Better.
than Skyrim.
Yep. No, loving it. I know Matt's loving it. Matt's not here, by the way. Matt,
Oh
I
yeah,
hate
Matt's not
Matt.
here.
Matt at the
I think
moment.
he's at Gay Pride USA. Is he? Is that
No,
where he is?
he's at PAX West. No,
No, he's
PAX
at PAX.
East,
Yeah.
where I want to be. He's having
There's
fun.
it's a big PAX too. They do a lot
Mm,
of stuff, a lot of more corporate stuff there as well. It's not all,
mm.
but yeah, I'm having a bit of FOMO looking at
Yeah,
his.
because they don't. Yeah, they have a bit more there because they don't have to fly as much out as when you come into
Yeah,
Australia, and
that's
Australia's a
right.
long way from
And their
everywhere.
locals, yeah, they've got a bigger local scene as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but yeah,
pretty
so that's where
jealous.
Matt is. I hate him because she's
Yeah,
having fun at
I remember
PAX, and
telling
I
him that.
love PAX. But we're going
Yes.
in October, and he's going to miss out. So
That's right. Although he's welcome to come. I keep
yeah,
telling him he's
yep.
more than welcome. More than
Please
welcome.
come. It'll be fun.
Yeah, yeah. You got your badges?
No, I won't get the badges for ages.
No, but you've
Oh
purchased
yeah,
them.
yeah, definitely. Day
Yeah,
one, get a 3 day
yeah, yeah,
pass.
yeah. I got
Then
day one,
hopefully
three
we'll
days.
get media passes, but I never go, yes, I will get them. But when I do get the media
Yeah,
passes, then I'll give my 3 day pass away to a
yeah.
listener
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah,
because I
Matt's
like
not here.
doing that.
Yeah, when Matt said during the week that Oblivion was better than Skyrim, I was like, okay,
Mm,
settle down, boy, settle down. But
no.
fuck me, right from the start,
Well,
you
see,
know?
I have a theory. I don't think it's the fact it's better. I think it's just the fact that it's something different.
Yeah,
Like we've
I
played
thought the same too.
Skyrim how many
It's
times
almost like
now?
this is Elder Scrolls 6 because we played
Yes.
Skyrim for so long, so many times,
And we've
and now this has
repurchased
come
it
out.
so many times, and you
Yeah,
replay it, you know how it
I
starts, you
thought it
know
at
what you're doing.
least
This,
three
I don't
times.
quite remember it.
Same, same. And I remember some things about it that are not what I'm doing. I must have
Yes.
played it completely differently before.
Hmm. But yeah, there's been a few times where I've had to go, how did I do this again? And back then,
Mm,
when this came out, there was no quick internet search for what this
yeah.
was.
Oh
There's
yeah.
been a few times where I've just got a bit lost and hold on, where am I going? What was I meant to do?
Yeah. I'll say this too. I like fantasy novels, right?
Mm,
And sword and sorcery, all of that stuff. I read a lot of that stuff. And I like it when they do films in that genre, but
mm.
honestly, there's not many good ones. Yeah, there's Lord of the Rings, there's the first Conan movie, there's one or two others, but
Oh,
really, I mean, there's some so bad it's good, like Beastmaster, which I love, but I'm not going to say it's a good movie. But games is where that genre fucking lives,
yes,
man.
because I'm not with movies, television. I don't do fantasy. I don't really
Sure.
get it. It's
Yeah, yeah.
dragons and magic. Like the closest I get is like the Discworld TV movies. That's
Yeah,
because I
they
like
were good though.
Discworld, and I think that's more
Yeah,
comedy than
and they're
fantasy,
funny.
really.
Yeah. Oh, I should
But
go back and watch a few of those actually. It's been a long time.
I enjoy them. I pop them on every now
Mm.
and again.
Yeah. And
But
even Witcher, I loved the first season and I just got bored after that.
And isn't there already? There's the third season's out and the fourth is
Yeah,
being
third
done.
season's
Like,
out. Fourth is coming
and
soon, I
yeah, I
guess.
dropped out of halfway of season 2,
Maybe I'll go back. Maybe I'll go back.
and it wasn't because I didn't like it.
No, it
I
was
just
fine.
didn't.
It's just season one was fucking compelling.
Mm. And I still
Mm.
say they had to do one thing to fix season 1 and have what time, what period it was, what year. Like, am I in the
Yeah,
future or the past? Because that
yeah.
got
Let
confusing.
me know. It was. It was. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Agree. Agree. I mean, it blew my mind once I realized that's what was happening. But
yeah,
then I was lost. I was like, well, hold on.
yes.
Well, I don't know anything now.
And I still say she was hotter
Yeah,
before she
100%.
transformed.
100%. Speaking of hot women, and
Mm.
look, I hate to bring this up. I hate to bring this up because I don't like objectifying women. I don't like judging women on their looks. But I've got to say, we've talked about Sydney Sweeney in the past on this
Mm-hmm.
podcast, right? And the whole internet, Sydney Sweeney, Sydney Sweeney. I finally saw her. I finally know who Sydney Sweeney is because I was with people and we watched some dumb movie she was in, which is set in Australia and it was fucking garbage. But what my main takeaway was, her?
I'm
I don't
I'm
find her
looking at
the
pictures now, and
slightest bit attractive.
I, yeah, I'm going to
And
admit
that's fine.
I don't
She
get
was a
it.
perfectly good actress, and I'm sure she's a lovely woman. But really,
Yeah.
like the internet's going fucking crazy.
Well, is it okay? Is it the other thing though? Because a lot of famous actresses don't have. I'm objectifying. Don't have the biggest breasts.
Hmm. No, I know. Yeah, I'm reluctant to say this too, but it must just be the tits, right?
Yeah, because that's the thing that I think everyone
Yeah,
focuses on when they do show
yeah,
stuff. It
yeah, yeah,
is,
yeah. And
yeah.
again, like I hate even having to bring this up. I hate even bringing it up, but I just don't understand it. Like I said, she may go on to become my favorite actress. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
ruling that out. She was perfectly good in the
But
film,
she just
but
doesn't
I just
do
don't
anything for
understand
you.
the appeal. Yeah, maybe I'm just out of touch.
Well, you're definitely out of touch.
That I
You
mean,
will
I'm
not be
definitely
getting
out of
anywhere close to touching her.
touch. Well and truly out of touch. Yeah. The other
But
thing that
also,
happened
the
this
other
week.
thing is, it's like, how old is she? Like, maybe your just tastes are
Oh
starting
yeah,
to get to a not like
true.
she's
Maybe if I
27,
saw her
so
mum, I'd be like, "Oh
yeah.
yeah."
Oh,
That
because
is definitely that's could well be a factor.
something hit me today. We
Hmm.
could move into like a seniors retirement home in 10 years.
Yeah, it's so funny because my mother-in-law is really she really should be considering moving into
Yeah.
one, and she's putting up one hell of a fight. And my own grandmother put up the same fight.
Mm.
Fucking take me
I'm
the
ready to
second
go.
I'm ready.
Let me go
Yeah, if I
now.
can if I've got access to a fucking electrical port and I can plug in my TV, my laptop, and my Xbox,
Computer, Xbox, like bring
I'll be
electric. Yeah,
fine.
and then you're gonna cook and clean for me.
Yeah. I ring a little bell, you bring me a cup of tea. I'm ready now.
Yeah, I'll still go to work. I'm still fine with that. But yeah, you
I
just do
work from
everything else
home,
for
mate.
me.
I could do it from there. I wouldn't even have to leave the grounds.
Like, yeah. So I think that's a thing you need to do earlier rather than later.
Mm. I also um I also thought we mentioned before recording. My wife has been in Argentina this last week
Mm,
for work,
as you do.
and she visited the grave of Juan and Eva Peron, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's nice." And
Mhm.
is it a nice grave? She's like, "Yeah, it's beautiful, and they're side by side." And I'm like, "Should we start thinking about like buying a
You
plot? Like,
plot.
you know what I mean? Like
Well, have you had the decision? Are you being buried? Are you being cremated?
the conversations that need to start happening. You know,
Yeah.
I've got a
Where does
will now.
Harper go?
Yeah, well, that we've done. We've done
Yep.
that. When
Yep.
when she was born, we did proper wills, and that was they
And me
slide
and
along
Harper are going to have
properly.
so much fun once we take you two out.
That's right. Yeah. Speaking of body image, building on from the Sydney Sweeney, but changing direction. Did you
Mm,
see this British pop star, male pop star, that posted a before and after fitness picture online this week?
no.
Okay, so I don't know his name, so it might lose its validity. But And in fact, he didn't do it. His personal trainer put it on and said,
Mm-hmm.
look at this transformation. And basically, in the first one, he's standing there with what you would call a dad bod, but
Yep.
what I would identify as being definitely more in shape than I am. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like just
Yeah.
good muscle
Yep.
and, you know,
Had a
probably
good starting
20% body
point.
fat. Yeah, good starting point. And the next one, ripped as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Full six pack, everything. You know, starved of moisture, right?
Okay.
Anyway,
And they're trying to say this is after one training session?
no, nothing like
Okay.
that. The trainer put it on, and he was like, you know, after 6 months or a year, or however long it was, look at these results, right? And all of these guys are commenting, "Fuck yeah, bro, go for it! You look so good, right?" And all these women are commenting, "Shame, you looked pretty good before.
Before.
Now I'm not interested." Right?
Well, it sort of proves the point that you're doing it for other men.
Right? And we've talked about that before. But here's the funny thing: it caused. You can look, and I'll put it in the show notes because I wish I could remember his name. But
Yep.
below the comments that the women are making, the men are arguing back. Why are you lying about this? You obviously prefer the rip, so
Oh.
why can't you just admit it now? And they're like, what would I have to gain from lying about
on
this?
on this post, like
Yeah, I'm
I
just
look at
giving my
before and I went,
personal
I prefer
opinion.
you put before pics.
Yeah, yeah. And when I looked at it, I mean, I had a different reaction because I was like, well, even in the before pics, he's still in better shape than I am. But
Like you want to get to the
like
before pics.
I would aspire to that. And
Yep.
the other one, I mean, if I ever found myself in the position of that, I'd just throw out all my shirts right in the bin that day and be like, forget it.
You're just
Everyone look at
topless from
this,
then
right?
on.
Yeah, exactly. So I couldn't even dream of it. But just the fact that men just don't believe it when women say, no, we just want you to look healthy.
Yeah, we will tell you what you think is good.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah. I'll feed your opinion to you about us.
That's lovely. Still hate the internet.
I fucking loathe the internet.
But I can't get away without it.
No, we wouldn't have this show without it, and we could still record it, and then we could just play it back for a select few people that came around our house. But,
like when we used to film stuff.
Yeah,
we have the VHS that you'd pass
those
around.
Days. Yeah, my favorite part about filming those was not even that. It was before that we'd film it, and we'd be so excited. We'd go back to someone's house and just watch what we just filmed out of just unedited. Laugh at our takes. That was the fun part. That was the really fun part for me.
Yep.
I miss that.
And then I just love the thing I really love is that all of our stories have videos like there's such backstory and all this stuff that we just completely ignore.
Yeah. We really didn't make them for viewers, did we? We just made them
vacuum
for ourselves,
which I see is one of my favorites. We've got this whole elaborate story how he's escaped from the city and it's a futuristic city and he doesn't think anyone can live. And nothing.
No. In fact, we don't even say it's a science fiction. So the fact that he's like escaped from this futuristic city back into the wilderness, it's like people are like, did he just go to the western suburbs? Is that what this is about?
But it was so great.
Yeah, it was. And they rolled him for his clothes, which can happen in the western suburbs.
Yes.
Or at least could back in the 90s.
And he deserved it then.
Yeah, you should dress nice.
And Jason Anderson needed to die.
Yeah, in every film we made.
Yes. All right, what should we do next?
Are you still playing Death Stranding? Did you complete Death Stranding?
No, I need to go back to it though. I've got to the same point on 2 playthroughs, one on Windows, one on Xbox, but I want to go back and finish it. But
is there a particular reason you're stopped at that exact point? Is it a difficult point, or is
it's not difficult? It's just I played the game wrong. I played the game trying to deliver everything, and you can't play it that way.
Okay.
So I do recommend when you do start playing it, don't try to backtrack and pick up every single piece and you don't need to.
Okay. Will I instinctively know which things I can ignore, or?
Yes.
Okay.
And one thing I quite like about the world sort of grows a bit around you because it interacts with like other people in the world, so it's not multiplayer. but you'll be able to use other players' stuff.
Okay,
So
interesting.
you might put down like a ladder to get across a river or climb up somewhere, and then as you play along further, you might see other people's ladders are now there and
Right.
things, and
Oh, that's interesting.
it
That's interesting.
is, and you give them you give
Hmm.
them a thumbs up. You go, thank you.
That's great. That's great.
Mm.
There is a sequel coming
Yes,
this year, I believe.
which sort of came from nowhere.
Hmm. But suddenly, people that are beta testing it have started putting their reviews out.
Mm.
And what's shocked me is that part of this is set in Australia.
It is.
Yes.
Did not know that because the first one is basically you traveling across America.
Right. So I don't know if the whole game or just part of the game, but people are like, man, future Australia is fucking bleak. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah.
Okay, I'm
I mean,
more
to be
interested to
honest,
play this one.
you can go into the outback now and pretty much see this.
Yeah.
It's pretty Mad Max once you get out of the cities.
The problem is I don't know when I will get to play it
Yeah.
because it's going to be PlayStation 5 first.
Of course.
And I
I'm
remember
landing in
when
Australia, giant polar capped mountain in the middle of Western Australia. I just got back from there, blocking you from progressing across the country.
Yep. So at the moment, it's only coming to PlayStation 5. I got a shock when it just randomly released last year on
Yeah.
Windows and it came with
Right.
achievements and everything.
Huh.
And then they just released it on the Xbox. So it will come. I think we'll probably have to wait a year or so though.
Sure, sure. You rescue a kangaroo from a bushfire. Now, that's not quite what you lied to Kevin Smith
No,
about,
I
but it's
lied and said
pretty
I
close.
rescued a koala.
That's pretty close, though.
I did just have a quick look. One of the biggest reveals, one that's largely been kept hidden to date, is that the game is largely takes place in Australia.
Largely takes place in Australia. That's fucking
Mm.
great. Yeah.
I reckon they should
Okay,
have a
that's
Fallout set in Australia.
definitely. Yeah. I mean, the Mad Max game was basically Fallout in
Yeah,
Australia with
I
cars.
want to make another Mad Max game. I enjoyed that game.
I enjoyed it
I
too.
really did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah. I
liked
thought,
going around building up the car and trying to get your car
yeah.
and driving it
Yeah.
around. It's
Yeah. It's like all, instead of, be getting pieces of armor for your own outfit,
yeah, it
you're
was.
just getting it for your car.
Yeah, and you're trying to save up money and scrap to upgrade your engine and armor
Yeah.
and no,
And
dude,
it was
give me
one of
Mad
the
Max
few
2
driving games I'm actually not bad at.
because there's
Mostly
nothing you
because it
can really
doesn't
run
matter
into.
to crash into. Yeah.
But no, it
Fucking
didn't
half
do well at
hitting
the
people.
time. I think it did well later,
Right. I
but
got
that was enough for a
the
sequel.
steel. What do they call that? The box that's made out of that looks like it's made out of metal. That when they used to do physical copies of things. Um. Anyway, the special edition box
Mm.
of that
Oh, yeah,
back when
she's
I
still
still
tin.
bought steel tin. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
Back when you used to go and get the special edition games, back when you actually used to have to pre-order games because you
Yeah.
weren't guaranteed getting it day one if you
That's
didn't.
right. I know. Oh, so yeah. Speaking of just the fact that games are digital now, right?
Mm.
So I wanted to buy Mario Kart
Yes.
because I figured my daughter's probably old enough to play Mario Kart now, and I bought two little Joy-Con
Mm.
steering wheels, just the handheld ones, not the
Yep.
desk mounted ones, um, and they were super cheap, $15 for two.
Yep.
Mario Kart is fucking $80. And I was thinking,
Nintendo.
well, I don't have to buy number 8. I'll just buy number 7. Fuck it, I'll buy number 6.
No.
No, you can't. They're gone.
The only way you can get them is if you buy the physical
Someone's
copies.
old physical copy, and I couldn't find them anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Nintendo aren't great with. No, you buy the new one.
Yeah, but
Don't
then
worry
I
about
thought
the old
about it, and I
one.
was like, I mean, I get it.
Mm.
I do get it. I understand. I won't be too angry about it. And I've already had $80 worth of fun, so who
Yeah.
cares? But yeah.
But it's the same thing. Like when you get the Switch 2, you're going to be buying the same games you've already purchased. Just
Yeah.
what Nintendo
Right.
do, and they're good at.
Yeah, but I'm pretty good at holding off on stuff like that. Xbox, I always want the newest console straight
Mm.
away, but Switch, I think my current Switch will do me for a little while longer.
Yes, yep. Especially with who's playing it mostly.
Yeah, well, man, it's funny though. I had to, and I guess driving isn't instinctual for kids, even though they watch the parents drive.
Mm.
Because the first lap she did of Mario Kart, I'm like, do you think turning the steering wheel makes your car go faster? And she's like, yeah, duh. I'm like, right, that's not it, and that's why you're not doing well. Just turn it when you want to turn the car. She's like,
I remember,
oh,
I forget who it was. We had this buggy thing, like it was a full beach buggy car.
sure.
I had I forget it was my nephew or my niece on my lap and steering it, and they couldn't get it. Like I turned, so I turned the wheel, and I want to go straight, so I stopped turning.
Hmm.
No, you need to turn back.
Got to keep turning. Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
got to get the wheel straight again. It's not just because you stop turning, the car stops turning.
yeah. Funny. Yeah,
But they were young, and yeah, I don't.
yeah. And actually, once it clicks in them,
Yeah,
they're fine.
they
They're
pick it
fine
up
with it.
quickly.
Yeah,
But yeah, we went. Remember, we had to go through all the tutorials when we were young. Now I
yeah,
hate them. They
yeah,
still need them.
yeah, yeah. Definitely. And yeah, these things are just intuitive to us now too.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about the other day. We talk about tank controls. Like,
Yes.
for example, we talked already about
Resident.
Resident Evil, but
Yep.
also every game from PS1 era, basically,
Yes.
with your Silent Hills and all of that. You had to turn to face a certain direction, then you could press forward. It
Yep.
occurred to me recently that kind of actually is still what you do. It's just that you've got two sticks, so you can do it simultaneously. You can still only go the direction you're facing.
I think it's just a little bit more with the sticks. It's easier to do because you could do
Yeah, and
you could
and
do
it,
both at the same time. But with
that's it, right?
when it was D-pad, it was no. I have to turn and then
Especially
I can
since you
go.
would react and just keep trying to run, but like, no,
Mm.
I'm not towards him. What are you doing?
And then you run back between screens, and
Oh yeah, I mean that was the worst. I mean, it looked cool. It looked fucking cool,
it
but
did.
boy,
But
was it impractical.
no, I can't. I don't think I'll go back. I need to go and play Resident Evil 2 and 3 because
Look,
I've
I
got them.
really liked Resident Evil 1, and I forgot how much of what I liked about Resident Evil was there from the very start.
You
Like
love the
when
terrible
once
voice acting.
no, I mean, there's hardly any voice acting in it. Even in the remake, that's still really bad. I don't know why they didn't fix that completely.
I think
But
that's what some of the charm of that.
I mean, it is right. It's Japanese voice actors talking like they think Americans talk,
Yes.
and but you're on your own for 99% of that game, just
Hmm.
fucking walking around in the dark. And there's things that you find early on in the game that don't pay off for much later.
Mm-hmm.
You think you're finally out of that mansion, and then you've got to go back in. But this time you got a different key that can open the rest of the doors. Like it's really good. The design of that game is fucking
And the
incredible.
limited ammunition. Like sometimes you might have a
Yeah.
lot, and you go, "No, I'm going to hold on to it because I don't know what's
Hmm.
coming next." And
Yeah.
just done so well
Oh, the fact that you can only save at
at the
certain points, but
typewriters.
also only if you've got ink for your typewriter.
That
Fucking
would
hell.
not fly today in a game.
No, but it makes
No.
it thrill, and you can't drop items. So if you've got a full itinerary and you see something you need, you can't drop something.
You
Now, if
have
it's
to
bullets
try
and
and
you
use
can
it,
shoot them
or
all out,
yeah.
or you got to try to use it, or take it back to a safe room and put it in your stash, and
Oh,
then come back for it.
I
You
don't remember
cannot
that. That
drop.
would be
Mm,
terrifying.
mm-hmm. Yep.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely will not fly today. I think
No.
if a new game came out today, I don't think it'd fly with me. I don't have
Yeah.
time for
Yeah.
that.
But I don't know. Fucking charming. Pretty good.
But I remember, like with Resident Evil 2, yeah, because you did the two sort of playthroughs, you sort of had to decide when to leave stuff.
Yeah.
Because if you took everything
Yeah.
on your second playthrough, there's nothing there.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So good. And then they got not so good. And then they got really good again. So I'm
Again,
glad they're good again.
sort of same universe, same story, but not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really understand what's happening anymore. But they're still saying it's
Yeah.
the
No.
Umbrella Corps.
No. Yeah.
Still
But
Umbrella
then
doing it all, but
that
what are they
little
doing and
girl
why?
and harvesting her DNA for stuff. And yeah.
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 All right. I'm
Yeah.
going to
And it's
try
not
and.
just zombies now, it's all sorts of fucking things.
Yes. There's sort of zombies, they're sort of human, but not, and they can
Yeah.
talk, and. All right. You go away, cat.
You mentioned before still going to work while you're living in an old folks' home,
Yes.
and I pointed out they still work from home.
Mm.
Have you heard of pub desking? Because this is now a thing in the UK.
No.
Pubs are offering. You pay a fee. It's £15 apparently,
Well,
and you can sit in the pub all day. You can use their Wi-Fi. You get a lunch. Beers are on you whenever you want,
that's
and you
actually
can
quite
work
a
from the
good
pub.
deal.
Mm-hmm. It's less than a WeWork, that's for sure.
Yeah. I do not see a problem with this at all, and I think it just
I
should
mean,
take off
you
over the
cannot
world.
be trusted with this. You are not allowed to participate. But
Why not?
just in generally speaking, I think this is a good idea.
Because why not? Pubs are normally quiet during the day.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And
They'll
even
have
if they're
like
less
their
quiet because this brings more
peak periods
people
at
in, they're not
lunch
going to be.
and
Yeah.
stuff, but
And you might be tempted to be like, oh, I might just go play the pokies for 15 minutes. Well,
remember
I'll
they
have
don't
to.
have pokies there.
Yeah,
They've
true.
got the fruities,
That's true. That's
which is
true.
a bit like a poker machine, but not. But they'll only have like one or two. They don't have in Australia like when we've got the pokey room.
That's a whole room. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or in my local club, a whole floor.
but somehow it's still a smoking floor.
Yeah. I guess they figure people won't leave if they're allowed to smoke there.
But the thing is, they're not allowed to smoke inside. They have set it up somehow that it's technically
Yeah.
outside,
It's
but
like an
it's
atrium.
not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Funny.
And I don't know how they're getting away with it now because they're just becoming more and more like rooms, and I don't know
Yeah.
how you can justify like if it rains, no water's getting in at all.
No. Yeah. If I'm not getting more when it rains, I'm not outside.
Yes.
I speaking of smoking, I was in Perth and I was meeting up with friends from Singapore. And in Singapore, cigarettes are still $9 a packet, right? So smoking is as popular there now as it always was. And
Not
they
those
complain about the
50
price
plus.
because in Malaysia, Indonesia, everywhere around it, they're $1 a packet,
Yeah.
$2 a packet. So
How'd they
anyway,
go
they came
smoking
out.
here?
Well, so I warned them. I said, look, listen, I've seen cigarette packets approaching the $50 mark. All right. So just
Hmm.
bear that in mind. And I think you're allowed to bring 2 packets into the country, one open, one unopened.
Yeah.
Right. And they're like, okay. So they were expecting the $50.
Yep.
They came back $75 for a pack of 25s.
What?
Marlboros. $75.
Oh my god.
Remember how much we used to smoke? Imagine if we had to pay $75 each time.
I used to smoke 2 packets a day. That's
Incredible, right?
$150. When I started smoking, I would get change from a $50 note for a carton, which is 8 packets.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I remember one time I went to a pub to see a band, and I was broke at the time. I was a student. I had
Yeah.
$1 coin on me, so I put the $1 coin in a pokey. I won $10, and I took that out, and I was able to buy an expensive packet of smokes at the venue from a cigarette
Yeah.
machine.
Wow. Yeah.
So I dread to see how much they would cost.
Yeah. I haven't even seen a cigarette machine because maybe they're banned now because
No, they're still.
you
I've seen them
couldn't
around. I just
regulate them.
don't look at them, but they're
Yeah.
still at like in poker machine rooms and stuff like that, where they want you to don't go too far
Right.
away from here.
Yeah.
$75
$75.
pack of 25. What is that? I'll try
What,
and do
per stick?
maths
Yeah. What is that?
because I remember like it used to be $1 a dart.
But that was a lot. Like because we used
That
to
was
pay
that's
like
you.
between yeah.
It's $3 each
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
that you're just setting on fire and it goes away. But God, I would smoke tomorrow if I could afford it.
Oh no. I lit a citronella can. I cooked pizzas outside tonight on my barbecue because I
That'd be
bought a
nice.
pizza stone. So I essentially
Because
have
it's
pizza
not
right
cold
now.
for some reason, even though we're
Yeah.
about to hit winter.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's perfect. It's perfect right now. I'm loving it. But I lit the citronella candle, keep the
Yep.
bugs away. put the lighter in my pocket. Later on, I put my hand in my pocket and I felt the lighter, and all those memories started
Yeah,
flooding back. Like just feeling the lighter in your pocket, remembering, just take it. Oh,
yeah. It'll
so
be the
good.
first thing you did, the second you got in the car, the second you got out of a car. Like the first thing you did whenever you got anywhere was light
Yes.
up.
First thing you did when you got to a train station. First thing you did when you got off a
The
train.
train. Yep.
If you had asked me how long it took to walk from my house to the Warrington County shops, I would have said 3 cigarettes.
Yep. That's how, when I was working, that's how long I judged my break.
Yeah.
Like the quick morning tea, that's 2
Mm-hmm.
smokes. And then
Yeah.
your lunch, you
Yeah.
got like, yeah, if depending if you're eating lunch or not, you got 3 to 4. Like that's just,
Yeah. Yeah.
now, no.
Oh man, we were really playing fast and loose with our health, though, weren't we?
But
Well, we
as I
we
said,
can't say we didn't know. It was just
oh, we all
yeah.
knew. I still say you only get cancer once, and I'm still, so I think I would be fine.
Mm, mm. Hopefully that is the case for all our sakes.
What, that I took the cancer hit for everyone?
Know that you can only get it once.
Once.
'Cause I've had
Yes.
enough cancer in my family as well. So if you don't get
Yes.
it again, and no one in my family gets it
Gets it
again,
again.
I'll be fine with that.
Because it sucks. But yeah, we just didn't care.
No, we didn't care.
Hell,
Fuck,
I
we did not
started
care.
smoking at a canteen event.
That's
You
so
went,
hilariously ironic.
yep, that's where I started smoking.
I actually started smoking because I remember the exact moment I started smoking, and it was out of spite. It was because you, me, Dave, and Gareth. Now, sorry, listeners, we're getting so specific now.
Mm,
Went outside. I left school the final year, did it somewhere else,
yep.
and so was AWOL, and then came back.
Mm-hmm.
And you were all smokers. At
Yep.
some point during that time, you'd all become smokers.
Yep.
And we went outside, and he's all lit up. And Dave was the only one who had a packet, so he took one, he gave one to Gareth, he gave one to you, and he turned to me and goes, "I'm not even going to bother offering one to you." And I'm like, "Think again." And he took it. Because fuck you. Don't just
Yeah.
assume I'm a
You could
non-smoker,
at
even
least
though I was.
offer.
Yes. Give me the
Yes.
opportunity to turn it down. If you'd
Yes.
offered, maybe I never
Probably,
would have started.
you probably would have
But I
said no.
started out of spite from not
And
being
then
offered
think
one.
about how much money you spent over the years that's just, you just
Yeah,
set on
I
fire.
know. Yeah, but it wasn't $75 a packet.
No. Like I quit. I think when I quit, it was like $15 a pack. Like I didn't get to
Yeah.
too much higher after that. I don't know how
Yeah.
can people afford at $75?
Because I remember when I came back to Australia 2020 during COVID, I'd technically quit, but I
Yep.
still like to keep a pack in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And they were $25. And I was like, $25 for 25 cigarettes is a lot of money. But it's rocketed since then.
Yes. So just stop smoking, everyone. Actually, no, keep smoking it. It goes to taxes that pay for services. Actually, it's
That's
really just
true.
paying for them to go to
Massively
hospital.
taxed.
It's not a tax.
But it's also paying for us to go to hospital. So
It's not a tax. It's excise.
oh, okay.
Just like a tax. But I don't know how it works.
No.
But yeah,
No.
I'm jealous of people who can do it. But I know if I was to, I'd be straight back to 2 packs a day, and that's just not feasible.
Certainly not now.
No.
Yeah. And also, at our age, I just don't think our bodies could take that anymore.
No.
Just literally just breathing tar. When you're young, you can get away with a lot.
Yep. But look, let's get away from the cost of smoking and how it's terrible for your health.
Yeah. Well, just while we're computer game heavy episode, but that's okay.
Yes.
GTA 6, we discussed release date changing last week.
Yeah.
And since then, they've dropped another trailer.
They went, sorry about that, but have a trailer.
Now, I famously don't really enjoy the GTAs, and I haven't been excited about one for a while. And I'm not going to say I'm excited about this, but after looking at the trailer, I can see where the hype is coming from.
Yes. Like, if this is what it's looking like now, and this is just meant to be playing on an Xbox and PlayStation, like, it's not
Yeah.
high-end
And they've
PC.
said
And
it's roughly 50-50 cutscenes and in-game in this trailer.
I know a
So
lot of people were complaining, oh, hey, it's not gameplay and stuff. And it's sort of like,
apparently 50% of it is.
no, even if you look at GTA 5, their cutscenes were just gameplay. Just,
Yeah, I appreciate when games just do their cutscenes in the same style as the game.
yeah. And the game just looks beautiful. It's amazing
That
what they've
scene
done.
where the guy's carrying the six-pack of beer and you
Mm,
can see it swirling in the bottles, like it's such an
yes.
amazing detail.
And I think that's why it's sort of taking another year.
Yeah, fine. Keep working on it. I'll
Keep working
probably
on.
play it. I'm not going to pay $120 for it when it comes out, but
Yeah.
I'll pay $70 for it in a year after
Once
that.
it goes on sale, I will be spending the 120 on it, and I'll let you know.
Yeah. I'll say this. One thing I don't like about the GTAs, and this
Mm,
is just me personally, I don't like organized crime. I'm just not interested in it.
mm,
You know what I mean? I've seen The Godfather. I liked that, but I
yep.
just don't watch a lot of mob movies. I don't like that culture. But
Well,
this looks like just a couple of junkies trying to fucking get by. I could maybe get into this.
yeah, like they're just a couple of people. They're not the greatest. Yeah, out there just committing crime, just a Bonnie and Clyde type of thing, and it's not
Yes,
really. Yeah,
I'm much more likely to play that.
yeah.
Mind you, that said, Mafia, Old World, Old Country
Oh yes,
looks pretty good. That looks
I'm
pretty good. Have you seen
looking
that?
forward to that as well. I like those mafia games. I like these games. I just enjoy them.
Mm. This one looks great. If listeners, if you haven't seen it, it looks like it's set in like old Sicily, like turn of the
Mm,
century Sicily. You know, it's
yes.
rifles in the back of open top old timey
And
cars.
we might actually get a release date for that soon now because GTA 5, 6 has gone, we're not releasing now.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I
Now
guarantee you,
everyone's going to take a sigh of relief and put their games out.
yeah, because like Mafia, would have been
Who makes
direct
that?
competition with GTA 6. Like it's the
Yeah.
same open world stuff, and it would lose.
Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's been scheduled for release August 8th.
Oh, there you go. And it's almost June, so that's actually not too
That's
far
not that
away.
far away at all. Excellent. I will be buying that day one as well. And if the internet hadn't complained at the start of the Xbox One, I could have then
And
lent you
I
that
could play it
copy.
straight as soon as you had finished with it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is why we can't have nice things.
Because that's the thing, like they said, you'll be able to sell your games and loan your games. The only
Yep.
caveat is your console had to connect to the internet once a day just to check your licenses.
Mm. Don't you fucking dare look at my license. So funny.
That's just
As
so
far as I know, my
frustrating.
Xbox is connected to the internet at all times. Like,
Yes.
just
Like, why was that
fucking
a
everything.
deal?
Yeah.
I think
Will
at the
not let
time there was
Wi-Fi
like
into my house.
DDoS attacks happening, and people sometimes
Yeah.
would have trouble. But it wasn't like they were having trouble for days. They might be a few hours where something was
Yeah.
happening, and when you log back on and you can play, it would check your license
Yeah. Yeah.
like it does now. Except now we can't share it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was going to be like a book. Like you
Mm,
couldn't both play it at once.
yep,
So if you had loaned it to me, only I could play it. When I loaned it back to you,
yep.
only you could play it.
And like if you brought the game from, it was even going to work with purchase discs, so you could buy the disc. The
Yeah.
license would be on that disc. You put it in. You would install the game. That license is now there. You could not didn't have to worry about putting a disc in to play it anymore. But if you gave that disc to
Yeah.
someone else, that license would go with that disc, so you wouldn't be able to play. Like it was going to be great.
Yeah. That's a well thought out system, isn't it?
Yep, bring that back,
Yeah.
because then I could start lending out some of these games I buy,
Yeah.
or maybe
Well,
start selling them.
it reminds me of when Napster got sued by Metallica back in like 2002 or whenever
Mm.
that was, and they're like, we're not breaking any laws. It says here that you can, if you buy a CD, you're actually allowed to copy it for your own personal use and share it with close personal friends. It says it
Hmm.
right there, and we just allow people to share this music with millions and millions of their closest personal friends.
Not quite.
Mm. Good try.
Yes. But I remember when Lars was, no, we need to go into everyone's house and get their computers, and that's
Yeah.
not going to work.
It was a very Lars thing to say. I
Yes.
mean, they won the lawsuit,
They won the
but I mean,
lawsuit, but I don't
yeah,
think he quite understood what the lawsuit was or how
or
they
what
won.
Napster was. Yeah, yeah,
Excuse me. Because I think thought he was going to be able to sue everyone who had done it, not just.
yeah,
But have you seen
yeah.
now that? Remember a little while ago, I forget what the movie was. There was a movie that came out, and the studios were going to sue people in Australia for it, for pirating.
Oh, right.
And
Yes,
the
I
judge
do
is kind of
recall
like,
that.
do not send out any letters until we work it out. Because when it went to
Mm,
court, it's like, you're asking for a lot of money. They download like a $40 movie. Like, where are you getting this figure
yeah,
from?
right.
And he said, so don't send anything out while we're doing this. They sent the letter out and he went, well, we're just going to throw this out of court then. So it's sort of
Yeah,
an up because
right.
it's also not the person downloading it, that is the person that's pirating. It's the person who's
Yes,
making it available.
that's right. Although, if they're not making any money for it, you could also argue that it's not piracy in that strict sense
Mm,
either. It's not like you go to Thailand and you buy a disc
yes, and someone's
of
making
something.
money.
That's piracy, right? Yeah.
But I think the problem is because they still went ahead and sent out letters and were asking, I think they've made it harder for them to try and bring it back around to do
To
it
reel it
again
back
for
in.
anyone else.
Hmm. Did you see that class action lawsuit for Apple with the is it Siri or the AI, whatever the fuck that
Oh,
is?
yes.
Apparently, you've got a certain amount of. If you're in America and you purchase something during that period, you can
Join it.
cash in. Yeah,
Yep.
at the moment.
Well, the thing is, with those class action lawsuits, you might get a few dollars. The lawyers are going to make, and the people who started it are going to make a ton of money.
Yeah,
You'll
I
get a
don't really
couple of
know why you'd
dollars.
bother.
You might, if it's easy to sign up, do it, but you're not going to
Yeah,
make.
and also when the update comes out in a year, it'll update on your phone. You'll get just calm the fuck down.
Like, they basically didn't do it because it wasn't ready.
Yeah, yeah.
And so they've basically gone, look,
And
so,
if you bought a phone only because of that feature, like what the fuck are you doing?
yeah. I still, I don't use the AI on my phone. I don't,
I have only just. I still don't use Siri because Siri's garbage. I've actually started using ChatGPT
mm-hmm.
more than I use Google now
Okay.
for just querying things because I
Yep.
find it's a better filter when it. But Google's AI is quite good now too. You know, the first answer is always the AI answer.
Yeah. Well, Google's
But
still the only one that understands my spelling.
but see, I've started using the speech. Just pick it up, hold the thing, and just go. What is 148 grams of flour in teaspoons,
Mm.
and it'll tell you. You know.
Well, I'm using the Copilot a lot, and I'm starting to like that.
Mm,
And I'm
okay.
there was a thing I saw that they've got a thing coming up in Canberra to go and sort of get a hands on. It's going to be, I think it's going to be interesting.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
Go in, have a bit of play with it, speak with Microsoft people.
Without saying anything specific, are you
Hmm.
allowed to use Copilot at work?
Sort of.
Okay. Are you trialing it? Is
Hmm.
that the sort of? Yeah. Okay. Because they've recently blocked everything,
Yes.
and yes, I want to experiment more than I'm currently allowed to.
Yeah. The problem is you have, and this is at a lot of people's workplaces, is they don't understand that you can't share everything with it
Hmm.
because
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They think
unless you
it.
get it
Yeah,
set up correctly and you have it information stored where you want it stored, if you're just using the public version available and you're putting stuff in that's now available to
yeah.
everyone.
That's right. Yeah,
And
yeah.
most users don't understand that because it's just
Hmm.
because you've put that in there doesn't mean it's only going to use that for you. They're taking
Yeah.
that information to learn.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. But the possibilities, man. I work in a design studio,
Mm,
and the I was chatting with guys that work in the public sector design, and they basically teach ChatGPT their brand guide, and then route it through Canva, and they design through text prompts. You know, they'll say, "Give me three options of how a corporate cover might look like," and it will always be on brand because it's
because
learned
they've
your
fed
brand.
in
Yeah,
this is how the basic stuff, and then you go and
Yeah.
make it fit into the filters we're giving you, essentially.
Yeah. There's
But
some
it's
incredible
so easy and
progress being
quick.
made.
It's scary.
Yeah. So there's one thing ChatGPT has changed recently. You're not allowed to do, and when I tell you what it is, you're going to say, "Well, duh," and what were you trying to do? But I'll explain.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
So
Were you trying to
you are
make it
no
racist?
no no. You can no longer ask ChatGPT to generate realistic pictures of children.
I'm just thinking that's not there. I can understand why it wasn't there at the start, but then because you're not thinking about the terrible people out there.
Yeah. So what I was specifically trying to do, I have, a handful of pictures of me as a kid, not too many.
Hmm.
I don't have any pictures of me using my old computer, playing on my old consoles, or any stuff that relates to like the stuff we talk about, right?
Yeah.
And I had this brainwave that I would just feed it in a few pictures of me as a kid and say, recreate some false 1980s pictures of this kid in a
Yep.
bedroom playing the SNES.
That'd be
Because that would
great.
just give me so much joy to look at.
Yep.
And it's like, no, you pervert, no.
Yeah.
Who is this kid?
Because it's a minority that ruin it for everyone. Like you have those few
Yeah.
people that just do
Yeah.
horrible
So
stuff.
I googled it, and evidently, yeah, it was fine for a while. If
Mhm.
you'd had that idea earlier on, you could have
Yep.
done it. And
But then people abused it.
somebody abused it. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
And ChatGPT want nothing to do with that.
yeah. They don't want. Yeah.
Yep.
In fact, you can't even, like, everyone's making cartoons of themselves and stuff. It'll do that. But if you give it there are third-party apps that can do it.
Yep.
That clearly don't have the same practices and standards.
Yes.
But if you ask ChatGPT, make a picture of me doing this, it'll say, I can make a picture of a person who resembles this person doing
But
that,
not.
but will be changing enough that it's not that person.
You want to hear one of the horrible trends that's happening on OnlyFans at the moment?
What? Do I want to
So it's
hear
nothing
it?
to do with children, and
Okay,
it's probably
good.
not the models themselves. You know how there's like modeling agencies and managers that go do stuff. So what they're doing is they're
Yeah.
taking the models, they're putting a down filter face on them, and they're trying to market it that way as sort of like, just because I have Down syndrome doesn't mean I'm not nasty and all this stuff to try and get, and they're posting this on like social media to try and get people to go to their OnlyFans accounts. Really?
In a million years, I couldn't have predicted that that's
No,
what you were going to say. Fucking
no.
hell.
I saw Moist Critical put a video out on it
Is
today, and
there
I
a
was,
market
what?
for that? Are there people out there going, I just want women with Down syndrome?
I don't know. But there's even
Wow.
one that's like, so there's evidently like only 6 known cases of like Down syndrome, like
An actual person.
with dwarfism.
Oh, sure.
But what there's now one
Oh,
claiming that they're now the 7th, so they can go to their OnlyFans page.
a dwarf with Down syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name?
I didn't get any names, but yeah, it's just,
That's
and
wow.
it seems to be working because it's not just one person who's done it. It's
I
led
can
to a
believe
lot of
that
people
because,
doing it.
like, are you on Instagram still? I know you're not big social media, and
I
I use
don't.
less and less all
I've
the
sort of
time.
gone
But
off it because it's not pictures anymore.
no, it's all memes and ads now. But I also like, just because you fit the bill, you get like these, I guess, influencers, for lack of a better term, push towards you. And I've noticed that neurodivergent, i.e., autistic people, are now like a trend on like OnlyFans and stuff too. Like,
And the amount of people who have faked that as well.
bet. But for some reason, and I can understand that because it's so fucking trendy right now to say that you're autistic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm autistic. Oh, I'm fucking taking off my clothes. Like, why does it need to be autistic? If you want to see tits, just go and look at tits, mate.
Tits are fine. They don't.
Sydney Sweeney's putting them out there on the big screen for you. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
but
is
that's just
weird.
weird. I don't get it. Like, but
Yeah.
there must be a market for it, and I don't know. if you do have Down syndrome, maybe start an OnlyFans account because
Yeah, mate. I mean, that's a market. Who knew? Who
hmm,
knew?
no, I didn't.
I didn't know.
I don't go on OnlyFans though.
Neither do I, but I also don't go on any other site going sexy Down syndrome girls.
I don't really go on any site looking for sexy anything. I can
Yeah,
find
well,
it without
I
looking
think
for
that,
it.
yeah. I also think we're too old. I think if we were younger and had more free time, maybe that's what we'd be doing. I think we did a bit more of that. You know, Matt used to have his Tumblr of just girls that look like pixies. So maybe this is on the
Well, I
same
think when
spectrum.
we really had that stage of trying to find that stuff, it was back when it was dial up. You see, if have it just load slowly, and then you got to wait.
Yeah,
Did I download a good picture or not?
yeah. Like, I
Because I
just
always
want
went
Kathy
top
Ireland's
up.
breasts. Why are you loading from the ponytail?
Yes, like I need to. Have I wasted my time? Because all I had was a text description of this. There was no
Yeah, that's right.
thumbnail.
No, that's right. Yeah. Video? What are you talking about? There's no such thing as video on the internet.
No, even when Napster was around when we're doing that, like it'd take like 5 to 10 minutes to download a song.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I used to put like 10, I used to line up 10 songs to download, then go to bed.
Bed.
And in the morning, 3 or 4 of them would have downloaded properly. A
Yep.
couple of them would have been corrupted and given my computer a virus.
Mm-hmm.
And then the two would just stuck at like 98% because no one was seeding.
Yep. You don't know how good you got at people. Actually, we don't have young people listening to us.
No, we don't. We don't. But I always do think too, like, I'm constantly annoyed at my television right now because
Mm.
it's I mean my TV's a computer, right?
Yes.
And it's a computer that's on the internet and it
Yep.
takes TV shows from the internet and plays them at will
Mm-hmm.
with very little restriction. And yet I get so annoyed when it doesn't work right. And I didn't get annoyed at my fucking 14-inch CRT television that I used
Yep.
to have when I was a kid with only 4 channels.
4 channels with ads that you
If the
can't
picture
skip.
wasn't good, if the yeah, you just put up with it.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
no getting angry. That's
No,
just what
that's
television
what it was.
was.
Like the picture would never quite be perfect on one channel, but if you moved
Ever.
it and wrecked the
Yeah.
other three, so you lived with that one.
Exactly. You just knew that ABC was going to be in black and white because if you moved that thing, channel 7, 9, and 10 would be fucked. And they were the important ones.
Yes. God. It's just all right. Let's move on. We're just stuck in old man gasm.
Oh yeah. Well, here's another old man thing, but we're getting close to moving over to the after party. So
Yes.
before we do, I did want to say that the Toxic Avenger. Did you see the teaser trailer for this that came out
No.
this week? It didn't give anything away, but what we did get was the news that it is unrateable. The what is it? The MPAA have refused to classify this film, right?
Oh,
And
really?
yeah. So it doesn't mean it can't be released. It just means that it limits where it can
Yeah,
be
it's not getting
released.
a
But
cinema
just
release,
yeah, that's right. But
or in
just so that
Australia at
you're
least.
aware, yeah, they've deemed it unreleasable, not safe for market, right?
I want to see this.
Because it contains ultra-violent, toxic content, mutant nudity, splatter, monster core, and piss play.
I'm so happy they are releasing it because this has been
Yeah,
sort of been hiatus on the chopping block for quite some time.
I know. And I want to see it because I want to understand why Peter Dinklage agreed to do this. Now, don't get me
Yes.
wrong. I would agree to do it. I would love to be in a Troma movie. I don't know why an established
Well, that's
actor
the whole
like
thing.
Peter
This
Dinklage
isn't
wants to be in one.
officially a trauma movie, is it?
But well, I didn't think so. But this teaser
But
trailer, which again, it doesn't give anything away, it looks extremely poor
but with
quality.
like
It
with the
looks like
splatter
Troma.
laughter monster core, like that's trauma.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to
Yeah.
be like a dialed back version of
Yeah, I mean, it's even worded like Troma, right? You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's like how they would have said, punk rock bandits, toxic sludge explosion, mops. You know, like
All right, I'm in. I will be seeing this movie.
yeah, me too.
But probably not
I
in
love
cinemas
the
here though,
Toxic
because I don't
movies.
think
I
there's
love this.
I don't
Yeah,
think there's
no.
ever been a non-rated movie in Australian theaters
No.
that I can
In
think
fact, a
of.
lot of theaters won't even play R-rated movies.
Yeah,
Like a lot of
I think that's
hoisters or
changed a bit
whatever.
now
Yeah, maybe it
with like
has. Yeah.
Deadpool's and
True. Yeah. When I worked at the Hayden Multiplex, if something was rated R, it just would not be played at our
mm,
cinema. This was just as MA was coming in too. So just before MA came in, it was
yep,
basically if it was M, it was fine. If it was R, forget it.
yep. But yes, no, this is going to be a great. I hope it's going to be a great movie because I like the
I don't
Toxic
care if it's
Avenger.
not. I'll see it. Same.
Like I grew
Same.
up watching this. Probably should not have been watching this.
Definitely shouldn't. But they marketed it to kids. It was an R-rated movie, and they made a spin-off cartoon of it. I
Yes,
had action figures from it.
I've got the action figures,
Oh, sweet.
but even with it, it wasn't sex.
No, it was
Like
just kind of gross
there
violence.
was never
I mean, there
nudity
were,
or anything.
yeah. I mean, there was some,
It was
there were
heavily
breasts
hinted
out,
at.
walking around. Yeah, there's sexy ladies and stuff. But I mean,
Sexy-
there was.
Even in the
I mean, that
sequels, like
first
he
one
gets his
was
blonde
because it was set in a
girlfriend,
gym.
and
Yes, the blind
he,
girl. Yeah,
she like short dress and everything, but it was never
that's
nude.
right.
And there was a big like sex scene, but you didn't see anything. Like it was all. But what gave it the R was just the violence and blood.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I might go and watch the original again.
Yeah, I might too. Was it the second one or the third one where they went to Japan? I remember liking that one.
I only found out recently that the second and the third one were meant to be one movie.
Oh,
They were meant to be
huh.
one movie, but they actually ended up filming so much that they had to
That's
split it out because they just
man.
kept filming.
That's a great cheap way to have two movies for the price of one.
Yeah. But also,
Troma.
it's not like they're making a ton of money either.
No, no.
Right.
Very popular in the cult world.
Yes.
You know, we all knew about it. We all rented it.
Yes.
Man, I got into I remember once I went and rented Tromeo and Juliet.
Yes.
James Gunn
James
directing
Gunn's.
before he was famous.
Because he wrote that, I think.
Yeah. But the guy behind the big, huge, fat guy behind the counter at the video store was like, "Do you like Troma?" I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "Great, I like Troma too. Let's fucking talk about Troma." You know, and it's just now this guy's my friend. We both like Troma.
And he'll let me rent any R-rated movie now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, our local video stores did not care.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've seen them knock other people back, but I think I used to go in enough that they were just, movies.
I think also, I think they knew our parents too. Like it was community. You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, okay, I know your dad is." Like,
yeah.
I'll ask him next
Yeah,
time.
you're not some just random kid that's come in or when your parents have been here, they've only let you get G movies.
Yeah.
Like when your parents are here, they're
Yeah.
letting you get this, so you're fine.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Oh fuck, my mum cared, but my mum wasn't the one who drove me to the video store. My dad, the one who took me to the video store, and he had no limits.
But even if we look at we spoke about a few weeks ago, I think RoboCop, with that traumatized us a little bit, like with the acid and getting splattered by the truck and stuff we should not have watched back then. But
no. Before I moved to Penrith, when I lived just in Warragamba, we didn't have a video store. We had a petrol station that had some tapes that you could rent, and they did not give a shit about ratings. But also, I don't even know if these had ratings on them because these were all like martial arts movies from the Philippines and shit.
No.
Like these were low quality schlock, and my dad was like, "Take what you want." At my petrol station video shop, it was, I can't remember the price, but you got them in groups of 10. So they would give you a box that would fit 10 tapes, and you could just wander around, fill the box with 10 tapes, take it up 1 week. There's your 10.
They were not giving you real movies. That was dodgy as hell.
These were great movies, fucking ninja movies and shit that I just fucking loved. Sword fight movies and
if you're getting a box just 10 at a time, they're not worried about if these are real or not.
No, and I wasn't worried, and for some reason my dad wasn't worried either.
But look, we've come to the end of the main
Yeah.
show, I think. So we should go head over to the after party soon. But still, if you do want to join our Minecraft server, reach
Mm.
out. I don't know
Yeah.
if we're just open to everyone or you need to be on the Patreon as well, but support us on the Patreon at least.
Yeah,
Please.
maybe we should. Maybe we should say it's just the lowest tier, the $1 tier of the Patreon. If you're a
Just the
patron,
$1
even
tier will
that
get you
tier,
on Minecraft.
then you're welcome. And we are on there. I mean, Luke has not been on there much this week.
But I
know
will be
Matt's
going
been
back.
on there. I'll be going back too. I'll probably go back on right after this, actually, just to see if anything's happening.
I might. I know I'm not tonight. I'm in the middle of a Oblivion quest, but tomorrow night I'm back in.
Okay,
I will
sounds
get
good.
you your iron ore.
Please do. I need real tools. I need actual time in the Stone Age. Patreon.com/multiple nerdgasm will get you there. And those already have. We'll see you in the after party.
Yeah, those who've given us the $5 tier will